Today, we're talking about the 4 harsh truths about Ozempic or GLP-1 weight loss that nobody's talking about. So if you think Ozempic or any other GLP-1 is supposed to melt 5-6 pounds a week off your body, you're in for a rude awakening. Now, I've helped thousands of people lose weight on GLP-1s, and here's the truth. Most people are totally unprepared for what actually happens, so let's jump into it. My name is Dr. James Starrett. I'm a functional medicine doctor, and I specialize in helping people with weight loss, hormone health, and optimizing GLP-1 medications. So what can we expect in this video? So today we're going to learn exactly how fast you should be losing weight and in which stage, and what's normal versus what's not normal, and what to do when your progress stalls. So stage number 1, we'll jump right into it. Stage number 1 is the water weight phase. Most people are going to lose between 4 to 8 pounds during the first 1 to 2 weeks. And it's very exciting. It's an encouraging phase, but unfortunately, it is mostly water, pro-inflammatory weight that's leaving the body. And it's happening because of glycogen depletion. It's happening because a lot of people, they are really excited about starting the medication and they might improve their diet a little bit. And so they're eating a little bit less pro-inflammatory food. So again, you're going to get a faster reduction in water weight. The GLP-1 medication is also slightly anti-inflammatory. And so you're going to, again, get this reversal of inflammatory weight. But this effect will die off. So it can set unrealistic expectations going forward. People think, unfortunately, you're going to lose 3, 4, 5 pounds a week forever, or throughout the course of your weight loss journey. And unfortunately, that's just not how it's going to work for most. So the caution point here is please do not compare the first 1 or 2 weeks of your treatment while on a GLP-1 to the rest of the journey, or it will often lead to disappointment. Stage number 2 is the fat loss phase. It's where the real work happens, and this is where you're going to lose most of your visceral fat. I believe that this is a healthy range between 1.5 to 2.5 pounds per week. This is what I've seen to be consistent for people. This is what I've seen to be sustainable for people. And this is where I like my patients to land ultimately. A lot of times people, they are bummed when they're losing 1.5 pounds per week. It's making them sad. They come to me, they're feeling demotivated. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Why is this? And they will say to me, Dr. Starrett, I've just watched this YouTube video or read this YouTube comment. So be careful what you're saying out there, you guys, on YouTube and on Reddit and stuff like that. It can be harmful for people. I've read this thing where it's like, this guy just lost 30 pounds in his, 25 pounds in his first month on a GLP-1, 50 pounds in 2 months. It's unrealistic. So anytime someone's losing 3+ pounds per week consistently, so after those first 2 weeks, we want to be cautious. For most people, it means one of a few different things. Usually it's malnutrition or undernutrition. So you're eating sub 1,000 calories, maybe even under 800 calories per day, and you're shy on protein, and it means you're likely losing muscle at this point. So I can't say this enough. Most patients are going to need to eat more than 800 calories. We try to get people north of 1,000 calories. We try to get people's protein intake up, and this way we prevent muscle wasting. But when we do this and somebody's getting enough food or eating enough on a GLP-1, because it's easy to stop eating on a GLP-1. It makes it, especially if your doctor started you at a traditional starting dosage or moved you up quickly, you may find yourself in a position where it's very difficult to get in 800 to 1,000 calories per day. I know I'm talking to some of you out there right now because I talk to lots of you. Just understand that the nutrition side of things is easily the most important for long-term sustainability. And if you're losing lots of weight really fast, over the course of months, then it's going to be easier for you to gain the weight back and swing back later if you come off the GLP-1 or if you do increase your calories later on. On the opposite end of the spectrum, what happens when you're losing less than 1 pound a week? I find this to be equally as discouraging for patients. A lot of times people will have been losing weight and all of a sudden now they're under a pound per week. And while they're still losing weight, they're like, man, I really went into this with a different expectation. So I'm just going to give you my top 5 things. I'm going to give you a lot of value here. Most doctors are just not looking at these things. So my D5, because most of them start with the letter D, not all of them. I wish they did. The first one is dosage. So are you on an effective dosage where you feel like you're being supported on the medication? You're not starving again halfway throughout the week, or you're feeling like your evening snacking, like you're feeling ravenous, while you're watching Netflix at 8 o'clock at night. We want this medication to be supportive to you in a way that's going to make things easier. Or maybe you're overdosed. So you're taking too much of the medication, and you're finding it very difficult to get that 800 calories in a day. Then the diet. Are you eating food that is going to be pro-inflammatory to your body, or are you eating an anti-inflammatory diet? So we try to get all of our patients to steer towards a diet that's anti-inflammatory for them. That may be different than what the next person eats, but we usually try to start off with an anti-inflammatory diet. Now, for most people, that's going to mean relatively low or no amounts of dairy, nightshade vegetables, legumes. That's a jumping off point, and we're really building from there and trying to make sure that people are going to have a sustainable diet going forward, where they're eating an inclusive list of things and still able to lose weight and maintain their weight loss. Number 4 is just simply sleep. Like if you're not sleeping at night, then it's going to mess with your cortisol levels. And so people that tell me that they are having persistent sleep trouble, this is definitely something that needs to be sorted out in a hurry, especially if they're not losing weight or they're stuck in a plateau. I just spoke with a patient this morning. She was telling me that she checks her blood sugar before she goes to bed and every morning. And when she has a good night's sleep, blood sugar is perfect. It's in the low 80s. She was mentioning that when she has a poor night's sleep, which is often, her blood sugar will be as high as 130, 125, 130 when she wakes up. The reasoning for this is because of cortisol. You're having a bad night's sleep, cortisol is up and down all over the place. Blood sugar regulation is also going to follow suit. And number 5, very important that we're checking estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid hormone in relation to cortisol. Make sure that your doctor is running a full thyroid panel. If you're stuck in your weight loss journey, you're on a GLP-1 and you're plateaued, you have to make sure that the TSH looks good, the free T4, free T3 are lined up. If not, like if your free T3 is too low, then you may just have your answer of why you're not losing weight. Stage number 3 is the inevitable plateau. Most people, I'm not wishing this upon you, but most people will hit a plateau at some point in their weight loss career or weight loss journey while on a GLP-1. So it kind of starts off hot and heavy with the water weight phase. You get geared up. You've lost maybe 20, 25 pounds, and all of a sudden, boom, poof, hits a plateau. Just know that this does not mean that things aren't still working. The biggest mistake that people can make is assuming that there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with the medication. They need to increase medication. I would say that as long as your diet is healthy and your macros look good and you've adjusted those other top 5 things we just talked about, you really want to let it sit for a week or two, because a lot of times people just weight loss, it's just kind of like a recalibration, whether you're gaining muscle or the number stays the same, but things click back into gear 1 or 2 weeks later and you start losing weight again. So don't lose any sleep about it if you're stuck in a plateau and you feel like things are otherwise going really, really well. Stage 4 is the final stretch. Your goal is approaching. It's usually within 10 to 15 pounds. What's going to happen here is most people, not all, again, things will start to slow down. And it usually goes down to about a pound a week, or maybe even under half a pound to a pound a week. And things can kind of cruise out, finish out your journey like that. The closer you are to your ideal body weight, the slower it's going to be. And rightfully so, because there's just less fat to lose overall, and metabolically your body is getting stronger. So the big thing to think about here is don't freak out when you have 5 or 10 more pounds to lose and you feel like things have slowed down to a dull roar. This is not a good time to start bumping up the medication or start changing a bunch of things or start fasting a bunch or doing something crazy to speed things up the rest, the final 6-7 pounds. It doesn't make sense like that. Ride it out, let it go slow, let your body do what it's designed to do and lose weight at just a little bit slower interval per week. Trust the process. This phase requires a bit of patience and a bit of trust in yourself and your provider for doing right by you and not jacking up the dosage. So these are personalized expectations. Everyone's timeline is different. There is no perfect weekly number, and it's really just more so about trends over time. So you really need a personal approach, in my opinion. Labs, nutrition, hormones, lifestyle, these are things that must be managed together. I think when people do quit prematurely, it's not because it's not actually working, it's because they didn't know what to expect offhand. So if you're on Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, or any of the generics and you're confused or frustrated by your progress, you're not alone. This is why we created a program that helps you navigate every single stage with lab testing, nutrition, coaching, and doctor support. Go ahead and schedule a consultation down below. You can apply to see if working together is a good fit. If you like this video, please like it, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and definitely leave a comment. You know, whether you like it, you didn't like it helps us out a ton either way, and I do love your feedback. Without any further ado, I will see you guys next week. Take care. God bless.